What's up and welcome back to Interpreting the Scares! That's right, we're back at it on a month-long journey throughout the nightmares. Now remember, I'm taking a look at 31 foreign horror films in chronological order. I've already talked about enough Ju-on films to start losing count, but here's another one, the second spin-off film as a part of the 10th anniversary of the series. It's Ju-on Black Ghost. In this spin-off film, a young girl's hospitalized after fainting in school, and it's learned that before she was born, she was supposed to be a twin, but she was one of the rare instances where she absorbed her sister, who after all these years is resurfacing as a black ghost, a spirit hell-bent on cursing everybody around them and becoming a Ju-on spirit themselves. In a word, this one's weird. So weird it doesn't even feel like a Ju-on film at all. It feels like a script that somebody wrote for another basic horror movie that got the Hellraiser treatment, and they adapted the script to maybe sort of line up with the Ju-on legend, but it doesn't really work. While I will admit that the film has a good sense of creepiness going on that I enjoyed much more than White Ghost, I was way too distracted by any attempt the film made to connect it to the Ju-on name. Like, you'll hear the weird cat meowing sounds, you'll see Toshio as a cameo, you'll hear the guttural sounds of the ghost, but it doesn't make sense. In previous films, you learned why Toshio made the cat sounds, as well as why Kayako made the guttural sounds. Kayako was strangled, and that sound was basically the haunting gurgle, essentially, of somebody fighting and failing to survive and drowning in their own blood. For Toshio, it was even more symbolic. He had a cat named Mar that died, and it was believed that he merged with the animal spirit somehow, but more than that, it also relates to an old Japanese legend, where the damned spirits of lost children become strays, and as a result, produce a cat's meow. This did something really stupid, and it ignored most of that for what, fan service? I'm not sure, but it doesn't work. It also has a literal black ghost that, I'm sorry, people are going to say that it just kind of looks like somebody doing the blackface thing. And besides that, I am lost as to why there even is a physical black ghost at all. In White Ghost, there was no White Ghost. White Ghost was basically a reboot of Ju-on the Curse, but this is something else. Now, I appreciate them actually going the distance a little bit and making the spin-off stand on its own two legs, which is typically what you want from a spin-off, but it still needs to make sense with the original legend. Breaking off into this weird evil twin thing was weird. They tried to do the same thing with Ring Zero, more or less, or at least very similarly, but it just doesn't work. The whole idea of the Ju-on Curse is that in a moment of complete emotional distress and turmoil and rage, there can be nothing else but a curse that has to be born to deal with it. Why is an unborn twin, an absorbed twin, also a Ju-on curse? Why? That's incredibly random and it makes no sense. Past that, I had the question, which movie was I supposed to watch first? And for the most part, White Ghost and Black Ghost are essentially independent films that aren't really connected, but Black Ghost does technically take place before White Ghost. There's a couple of connections, only if you're paying very, very close attention. But honestly, it really doesn't matter much. Plus, Black Ghost ends unresolved for the most part, and if it goes right into White Ghost, it remains unresolved, as White Ghost tells its own story anyway. There's a number of problems that I find with this film. Even though I do think that it's kind of creepy in moments and it's shot well in others, it has a good sense of what goes bump in the night, but it's one heck of a mess in comparison to other Ju-on films. And at the end of the day, when people are buying collection sets of the series, the only real reason why you would want this one is because it's a part of the 10th anniversary, which granted is pretty big. Looking at my end score for Ju-on Black Ghost, you'll see that I rated this a D+ letter grade, final overall score of 54%, 54 out of 100 possible stars. Had they named it more appropriately and didn't have it be a part of the Ju-on franchise, my score probably would have been a lot higher, as it would have made a lot more sense within its own set of parameters and legends and science and whatever. But when it says it's a Ju-on movie, I expect it to be a Ju-on movie that follows the very basic rules set forth at the beginning of literally every single Ju-on film. This simply doesn't. But maybe I am looking at it all wrong. Have you guys seen the 10th anniversary Ju-on films, White Ghost, Black Ghost? If you have, I'd like to hear what you thought about it in the comment section down below. Do you like them? Which one do you prefer? As for YouTube, you guys know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe button, and bell to be notified when I come out with my next installment for the Interpreting the Scares event. And until then, peace out.